Hello everyone, welcome back to Row Crochet and Crafts. Today we're gonna be making this cute little dog keychain. I'm gonna be giving the pattern with these two colors in this video. First, we need to make the magic ring. Now in round 1, we're gonna make 6 single crochet. Now we're going to be joining this last stitch to the first stitch using a slip stitch. Now we're gonna chain 1 and move on to our round 2. In our round 2, we're gonna be making 6 increases with a final total of 12 stitches. Now we're gonna be making a slip stitch, then chaining 1 and starting with round 2 in which we're gonna make single crochets and increases alternatively. First single crochet, then an increase, single crochet, and so on. Now we're gonna make a slip stitch. Now we're gonna make a slip stitch, and then we're gonna chain one and move on to round four, in which we're gonna do completely single crochet throughout the whole round. Now we're gonna make a slip stitch and chain one, and we're gonna move on to round five, which is also gonna be a completely single crochet all around. And now we're gonna make a slip stitch and move on to round six, which is also gonna be single crochet all around. Now we have to do a slip stitch in chain 1, and we have to start off with round 7, which is also the same. We have a single crochet all around. Now we're gonna make a slip stitch, chain 1, and move on to round 8, in which we're also gonna make single crochet all around, just like this round. Now we're gonna stitch on the face of the dog, and we're gonna add stuffing to it. I'm taking black yarn for its eyes and nose and the mouth. Now you can just stuff in that extra black yarn inside of the dog. Now let's add the stuffing. So we're gonna also leave some space down here because it's gonna be a bit difficult for us to continue crocheting the bottom part of the dog's head if you put too much stuffing, especially here in the bottom. Now we're gonna continue crocheting. First, let's make a slip stitch and then chain one, and then we're gonna move on to our round 9, which is single crochet and decrease done alternatively, which means single crochet, then a decrease, then single crochet, then a decrease, and so on. Now we are gonna close this tiny hole in the bottom. So for that, this gap in which you kept your hook, you're gonna make that big. So you gently pull on it so that the working yarn comes here. So you're gonna take a bit of a good length. And now you're gonna cut it out. Now grab your needle and insert this thread into the needle. Now as the hole is sealed, you have to cut away this yarn. I like to cut mine short. And now you just push these inside into the dog's head. If you want to, you can also stitch on the tongue of the dog using red or pink yarn. Now for the ears, we're going to start off by making a slip knot. now we chain 2 and one extra for going to the next line. Then you go to the second stitch that you've made, and do a single crochet in it. But you have to imagine it like it is a magic ring, and you're supposed to turn that stitch into an increase by putting 2 stitches under the same V. And you now do the same thing for the first chain you made. Now you go to the for going into the third row. You're gonna chain 1 again. Now you're gonna do single crochet, only single crochet for the first stitch you see here. And you're gonna do an increase for the next stitch. That means making 2 stitches in the same V. Then you come to the last stitch and do single crochet in it again. Now that's your dog's ear. Now you gently pull this. We'll be needing a bit because we're going to be using the same thing to sew them on to the dog's head. Now you gotta make 2 of these as both the ears for the dog. And now time to sew them on. Now you can cut this short and weave it in, and do the same with the other ear. Now this is our final product, and I really hope you like this video. Now, thank you for watching, and please subscribe.